Hey, it's me again, as usual. As things pop up. I don't know. I guess I'm using this channel as a means to get thoughts out. I don't know. Maybe this is therapeutic for me, as well as a great place to just kind of, I don't know, engage with others if they want to engage back. Actually, I did have someone in particular that I wanted to do discussions with, but I don't know. I don't know if that'll pan out, but maybe it will. Maybe they'll get in touch with me and we'll decide to do discussions together. But maybe that's something for later on in the future. But anywho, I have something in particular on my mind, and it is own it. What on earth do I mean by own it? So, what I mean by own it is no matter what it is that you're feeling, whether it could be considered toxic, whether it could be considered sad, pathetic, beautiful, romantic, confused, own it. Uh, and it doesn't necessarily, it's not about being right or wrong per se, because, you know, I feel like we have to own how we feel, what we think, how we move. Because if we don't own it, let's say it's something that is incorrect or something that we do want to change about ourselves, we can't change it unless we fully acknowledge that that's exactly how we felt. That's exactly how we saw things. It's kind of like, I'll give you a for instance. I I don't things that I talk about openly are things that I have already gone through in my head and in my heart. So it's funny how some people have tried to come back with the things that I talk about and say, that's why this. And I'm like staring at them crickets like, okay, who the fuck you think you trying to hurt? You know what I'm saying? Because I promise you, I am 15,000 times harder on myself than anyone can be coming at me with something that I've put out there. I know this. I already know this. So you could try it, but it ain't gonna do nothing. So there was once I was dating or situationing ship this individual, relatively well-known guy on the urban, in air quotation marks, side of the grid. And one of the things that he told me was that he loved that I was a dark-skinned woman because they're easier to relate to. They're lower maintenance, and they're just more down to earth. At this particular point in time, when he told me this, I was thinking to myself, "Oh wow, what a compliment!" Oh my gosh, a face palm. How stupid! How fucking stupid! Delusional self. Just the self esteem in the toilet, down the street, in the gutter, in a hole, in a cesspool. Let me tell you why I say that. I own that I was excited and ecstatic to hear him say that, because something that people shied away from or felt negative about was my dark skin, me being a darker skinned woman. No, in RL, I'm not as dark as my avatar, but I am a dark skinned woman. So, and definitely in Second Life, I am, because people tend to generally not go for darker skins, and we could, you know what? Yeah, I'm gonna say it, because the standard of beauty does not lie. The current standard of beauty in many places is not dark skin. So this individual appreciating my dark skin, even if it's like this horrible, backhanded, disgusting compliment, was something positive to me. I was looking for any crumb of positivity I could find. Oh, he finds me attractive, Obviously, when we were at events and whatnot, I wasn't standing anywhere near him, and he was surrounded by lighter skinned women. Um, you know, uh, Obviously, he was not attracted to my dark skin. I just interpreted that he was because of what he said and not how he acted. So, in owning me being a pick me and really at that point in time taking his compliments as a positive, it forced me to later on really kind of go through that and list all the problematic shit about me, like seeing that as a positive at that time. It listed that I had no self esteem or very, very low self esteem. It listed that I allowed colonial bullshit and colorism to erode away my self worth. It highlighted that I allowed some man who really is nowhere near any standard of man that I would ever consider the kind of man that is on my level. I'm sorry, you can feel however you want to about how I say that, but I meant what I said like I said it. At that point in time, really, I didn't realize just how awesome of a person I am. And I allowed someone to diminish me in a backhanded way. Um, it helped me, owning that helped me to see that he himself has a lot of shit he needs to work through, and that he was seeking women who were bruised and damaged because it's easier to manipulate someone who's bruised and damaged, which makes him ultimately not a good guy for any woman. Um, it it helped me to see that I was surfing for scraps. This is what I mean by really sitting in shit and really owning it. Not to mention, it was also a slap in the face to, like, just dark skinned women, to all black women, honestly. Like, why the fuck? Oh, okay, so all light skinned women are supposed to be sitting on a pedestal and they're perfection in this, and they can't be loud, and they can't be fiery, and they can't be, all of the wonderful things that a woman can be and embody fully. And a dark skinned black woman can't be put on a pedestal, and can't be dainty, and can't be seen as the epitome of beauty, and can't be soft. Like, it was like I was doing a huge disservice to all black women, in accepting him coming off that way, and not realizing that if a man could speak that way about any woman, he's not a man worth having for any woman. He's not really worth it. So these are all the things that I kind of went through this and thought about this, and that comes from, first and foremost, me owning how fucked up my head was in that moment. This is what I mean by own it. Nothing can get fixed unless you own where you fuck up at. And really go through and be honest about what it is that you might need to reassess. Everything starts with where you're willing to own and what you're willing to own. And I don't have no problems with anything I just said. I know a lot of people might have issues with it, but it's nothing but, I don't think it's just my truth. I think it's the truth. And we know these things are out there. Featureism, colorism, racism, a proximity to whiteness, and how that makes people in ethnic communities kind of step on each other so that they can be more accepted by society as a whole because of dealing with people in proximity to whiteness. All of these things are real. And I don't give a fuck what type of wingnut comes, watch this video and tries to say that that's not real. Because we see that it is in so many ways, it's in so many ways, basically. It's in the system. It's in several different systems, actually. But yes, this did get political, but it's not just about the politics of issues within communities, ethnic communities, or anything like that. It's just my example connecting again back to how it is that in order for you to become a stronger person and to be able to really rely on yourself and really make sure that you're not allowing someone to manipulate you or make you feel less or skew your point of view, you have to own where you're at. It's not always going to be compatible with people. People are not always going to like that point of view, but that's okay. As long as you're not intentionally harming people, it's okay to own your shit. And even more better, it's even better if you do harm your shit. I mean, sorry, own your shit when you are harming others. Because when you acknowledge that, the question becomes, what am I willing to do to fix the fact that I'm intentionally harming people? You know? So, own it is a big thing. You can't fix it's just like it is literally acknowledging that there is a problem, because you can't fix a problem that doesn't get acknowledgement. So, I don't know. My suggestion to folks is stop running and own it, because it ain't gonna get better until you do. And that's Coco's word for the day. Take care.